When you first order the printer, the amount of ink that you get is considered a sample size, so it's not true to the actual 50 milliliter that you may purchase online or in stores. The thing that drastically changes output is your paper setting. So from the front screen, go to paper setting, and then I'm doing a roll paper. You'll click the arrow and then from there scroll down to change paper type. I print under photo paper generic, and I also print at 300 DPI. If I'm wanting to do like a really large print, or I'm noticing that it's requiring a little too many edits, then I will upgrade it to 600 DPI. But the biggest thing that alternates the amount of ink that's coming out is your paper type. So you'll want to play around with those, do a couple test strips, whether you're feeding the roll in. The sizes that I like to use for test ink, test papers is a 24 by 5. When you alternate between those, your ink output will be different. So if you go with photo paper generic and you're printing onto canvas, it's the setting I use so that my synthetic canvas is touch dry when it comes out. My test strips are 24 inches by 5 inches, and that way I'm able to fit a couple 5 by 7 or 5 by 5 images on it to kind of test to see is the ink drying, is it using too much, are the colors looking good, is it going to require me to do a ton of editing. To change your universal print settings, follow these directions. And then once you get there, you're going to go down to quality. Now there's 4 different qualities that you can pick. Those will all each drastically change your ink output. You can try experimenting with those to see if you have better results. I print onto the fine. That way it's above average quality, but it still isn't using a crap ton of ink. Smoothing is off. My resolution is 300 DPI. So it's basically the dots per inch. So if you do increase that, it's probably going to use more ink as well. Color mode. I just use the Epson standard color mode. Paper, my thick paper is off as well. Maintenance. So this is where you'll be using a whole lot of ink in this maintenance situation. So I do know that the print head nozzle check and the head cleaning specifically does waste a lot of ink, but it's not like it's dumping out your whole cartridge. I've had my printer for almost 2 years. I've had this. And I very rarely ever have to do it. I also keep my printer plugged in at all times. My printer is always on. That might have something to do with it triggering that print head cleaning thing. Down here under printer options, it's set to color matching. I have it set to Epson color controls. Printer settings, same as the paper size. I'm using roll paper. For media type, I just use the printer settings. Print quality, I use the simple settings. So that could also maybe be an indicator that maybe you're using too much ink. If you want high quality, it will use more ink. Select target, mine is set on standard. I realized that was a lot of information. So just to kind of overview it all, just to recap it, the biggest things that will impact your ink usage is the paper type, the resolution, so your dots per inch, and doing those print head nozzle cleanings. Again, I leave mine on all the time. I can't, tell you if that's a good idea for you, but mine's always plugged in. It's been always plugged in for over a year. I have the surge protection, everything, and I've had no issues.